Hi, good day everyone. Since this month is a science month, we're here at Math Science Exhibit located at 5th floor STI College Global City, and we're going to feature some exhibits of our STEM students from grade 11 and grade 12. So let's start here at Hydroponics by STEM 301. STEM 301, ano meron sa exhibit ninyo?
So good day po. Our exhibit po is called Hydroponics. What is hydroponics po ba? Hydroponics is an innovative way of farming that uses water instead of soil. So here's what it looks like po. So as you can see, yung roots niya po is nakasubmerge po sa water instead po ng soil. And yung water po namin is nakahalo po siya ng snap-A and snap-B solution. So we started po sa seeds na may coco peat po siya. So, yesterday lang po namin siya nilagay and then somehow meron na po siyang tubo na maliit. Then, the next couple of days, so ito na po siya, so super liit na. And then, 30 to 35 days somehow is ganito na po siya ka-fresh and ganito na po siya kalaki.
Ayan, thank you STEM 301. Sa'yo nabili tong solutions natin?
Ayan po, so nabili po namin siya sa FB Marketplace. Sa kit na po siya nung binili namin. And ayan, consist na po siya ng coco peat, ng snap-A solution, and yung mga seeds po.
How much?
So, how much po? Siguro nasa 600 plus lang naman po siya.
600.
Less than 1,000 po. It's really cheap lang po siya.
Then ma-create ka na ng sandamakbak na
Yes
lettuce?
po, yes. Perfect po siya sa indoors po, sir.
Alright. So, any additional?
Additional, ito po is consists of 10 to 15 days na po siya na ginawa namin, and ito po is 30 to 35 na mismo kami mismo ang nagtanim.
So, guaranteed na hindi siya malalanta kahit nandito tayo ngayon sa exhibit, no?
Yes
Yes
po,
po,
proven na po siya yesterday po. So, na-stay lang po siya dito as much as possible po. Mayroon lang po talagang water and yung snap-A and snap-B solution po is nandun po sa water na nakahalo.
So yan, very innovative ang STEM 301 and very business-minded, no? Lalo ngayon, usong-uso ang samgyupsal. Thank you, 301. Now, let's proceed to STEM 101, grade 11.
Hi po. So, ayun po, for this exhibit po, actually, dalawa po yung entry namin. The first is interactive DNA. Plus, ito po yung eco-photography namin. So, for the DNA po, we made a model po. Ayun po, umiikot po yan. May motor po yan sa loob. So, naandyan na po yung different components ng DNA from the phosphate backbone to the nucleotides. Ayun nga po yung cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine. Ayun na po yung color coding niya mismo. Tapos, ayun po, for the nucleotides, we use styrofoam balls na lang po. Tapos, may PVC pipe po siya sa gitna for structural support. And yung helix niya po, nagpaganyan niya po namin through alambre po. May alambre po yun sa loob. Tapos,
Mark, I have a question. Ano ba yung importance ng DNA? Bakit kailangan siyang pag-aralan ng mga students?
DNA, it's one of the fundamentals po na kailangan nyo malaman, especially when you're studying stuff about biology. Kasi dito nga po na-determine yung genetic traits, and it's one of the most necessary things for an organism's development and growth. So, ayun po. Isa po siya sa fundamentals in biology. So, ayun nga po, sa pagbili niyo mismo, sa loob po niya, yung nagpapaikot po sa kanya. Gumamit na lang po kami ng DC motor, tas yung cord po galing sa sira na charger. Kinabitan na lang po namin para masaksak po siya sa power bank. Tapos, ayun po, may switch po siya sa loob para mapaikot. Then, yun, may fun facts pa po dyan about sa DNA.
So, ano yung fun facts na yun? Magbigay ka lang ng isa?
Sa yun lahat po ng DNA sa katawan mo, like, if you were to untangle all of them, kasi nakatangle po lahat ng yun, tapos nakakompress sa bawat cell. If inuntangle po lahat ng yun, tapos nilink mo, yung length nun is enough to reach from the Earth to the Sun about 600 times.
600 times.
So, ayun po for our second exhibit, the eco-photography po.
Eco-photography. Thank you, Mark, for the DNA. Very interesting.
So, sa second exhibit po ng STEM 101, we have BGC Biodiversity, which is from bio po, sa two root words dyan. Bio means biology, is the study of life po. And diversity is the...
Variety of, kaya mo yan.
the variety of the variety of life in an environment po. And the environment po na napili namin is BGC.
Why BGC?
Kasi po, ayun po yung sinabi na sa amin.
Ayun po yung inassign sa amin. And then ano po, as you can see, marami po kaming plants na nahahanap dyan sa BGC. And cats and other animals po, or insects like.
So in short, from STEM 101, lahat ng photos na naka-display.
Yes po,
Yes
lahat
po.
sa amin yan lahat sir.
Very good.
Ito sir, may model pa kami.
Nasa sa'yo, Harvey.
Ito sa sir.
Randy,
Sa
nasa
akin po,
sa'yo.
sir, ito po. Tawag po dito red flower, white flower.
Sa akin sir, ito, miyagus po. Yes sir, yes, sir.
Ang galing ng mga timing. So makikita natin na here at BGC, kung saan located yung school, madami tayong makikita na different biodiversities.
Yes po, sir.
Alright, thank you STEM 101.
Thank you, sir.
Next, let's proceed to STEM 302. Geological time scale. Ano naman meron dito sa time scale?
Hello po, good morning. So before anything else, I will explain yung kung paano siya ginawa. So, inspired po siya sa grandfather's clock. So, as you can see, is gawa siya sa cardboard. And it took us 3 weeks or mahigit isang buwan bago siya mabuo. And our clock here is manually working. So, let's move on naman sa function ng aming or purpose ng aming exhibit. So, geological time scale. So, meron siyang 5 duration. Meron kaming eons, eras, periods, epochs, and ages. So, mas nag-focus kami sa eon dahil ayun yung kilala bilang the largest time division. So, sa eon is merong 4 na major. We have the Hadean, Archean, Protozoic, and the Phanerozoic eon. So, sa eon na yon is merong kanya-kanyang distinct occurrence. So, para mas malaman natin about eons, i-explain naman yung sa fossils.
Looking inside the cloud, these are handmade fossils that replicates the
Pwede namin siyang hawakan doon sa Lisa. Ayan. Focus natin sa camera. Saan made tong fossils natin?
clay po.
Sa clay. Ilang days yung ginawa?
Siguro mga isang araw lang.
Isang araw. This is porifera. Tama? Ito ba yung porifera? Tapos ito, ano to? Hypanthocrinus decorus. Ano to? Halaman to? Halaman? That first appeared in sea. Ay, hindi. Parang siyang shell. Shell din. Sige, tuloy, Desalisa. Sige.
Living things plays a critical role in the development of geological time scales. Dahil nag-undergone siya sa evolutionary changes. We chose the grandfather clock to represent our geological time scale because the only constant thing in this world is change. And time is a very important factor in the evolution of Earth itself. Thus, we also want to inform everyone that the life of Earth did not start the moment. Sorry. We also like to inform everyone that life in Earth did not start the moment the Earth was born. Humans and dinosaurs did not exist at the same time because magkaiba po sila ng time scale sa geological records.
Galing mo. So, ayan. Kung may tanong kayo, comment nyo lang. So, ang ganda ng star. Bigyan kita ng star. Joke lang. So, thank you, 302. Next tayo dito sa animal cell. From STEM 102 naman. Sige.
Good morning po. For our exhibit, we made a diorama of animal cell and diorama of an amusement park as a cell analogy. So before we start po, we're going to explain the materials that we use in making these tools. So dito po, ito pong pinaka-wood po, ito po ay isang bigasan.
And actually po, we split our section into two. So within 2 weeks, magkaibang project po yung ginawa namin sila. So ang ginamit po nila dito is bigasan po. Ito pong frame and glass. Stock po ng kaklase ko because they have photograph po. And yung pinaka-base po nito, gawa po siya sa carton. And binalutan po nila ng velvet cloth po from a pillow, a throw pillow. Ito naman po, ito po yung ginastos namin, styrofoam po. And usually po sa mga ginastos namin, mostly glues din po. Including na po yung wooden glue na ginamit po namin para idikit po tong frame. And ito po, mga used clay po siya. And yung beads po, pom-poms, Christmas balls, mga stock lang po na klase namin. Kasi si Aizen po, mahilig din po siya mag-scrap po.
Okay, so ano yung connection nitong, since na-form na natin siya as, this is the cell membrane, tama? So can you explain anong function nito at connection niya dun sa ating diorama?
Okay po. Ang cell membrane po is yung sequence po na red na nakapalibot po dun sa cell. And ang function niya po sa cell is to protect the cell and separate the exterior and interior. And dito naman po, ang cell membrane is yung wall and yung entrance po ng amusement park. Because in amusement park, we need to regulate sino po yung papasok at sino hindi. And ang papasok lang po is yung meron ticket, same as the cell.
Tapos itong malaking parang Pac-Man.
Ito, sir, ito po yung nucleus.
Nucleus.
Yes po.
Ang nucleus po dito is yung info booth kasi po yung ang function ng nucleus, siya po yung nag-control ng buong cell just like po the info booth. Dito po yung may mga regulations and rules po na susundin ng lahat po na nasa loob ng amusement park.
Opo. Same as kung paano po kinukundi ng nucleus ang ating genetic information.
So ano naman itong mga red na mga bilog-bilog dyan?
Ito pong red, ito pong peroxisome. Ang peroxisome po, sir, ano po siya? Ito po yung responsible for detoxifying toxins from our cells.
Connection niya doon? Ano naman siya doon?
Ano po they have not decided to put it po
Wala. So ano yung meron dito na connected
Lysosome po.
Lysosome. Where is lysosome?
Yung lysosome po namin, yun po yung yellow pom-poms po.
Yellow pong.
Yan po.
Tapos?
And ang lysosome naman dito is the trash cans po. Responsible po siya sa storing ng waste.
Storing of waste
Yes,
materials.
po.
Alright. So that is the animal cell. So anong connection ng animal cell sa human cell?
Ano po, sir, because we humans, sir, are classified as animals because we are mammals. So, ang ating cell po are animal cell.
So parehas lang.
Yes po, sir.
Alright, thank you STEM 102. Let's now proceed to STEM 105. Anong meron sa STEM 105?
Hello sir, good morning. Welcome to the exhibit of STEM 105. What we have here is a surgical type of the organ systems of the human body.
Mga future doctors pala nandito.
But before anything else, sir, before we proceed, I'd like you to do the she side. Sir, sure, what? Yeah, one, I'd like to
Sabay-sabay?
do everyone here.
Paano ba yun?
What? Dito po, ganito.
She. Tapos.
1, 2, 3, go! So here we're going to discuss only 6 organ systems po. So first, when we uncover this is a Sintra board po. We'll have the brain, or also known as the central nervous system. Fun fact po sa brain is, yung spinal cord po natin is an extension po siya sa brain. And we all know the function of the brain po is yung awareness, yung movements, 5 senses po natin, hearing, touching, and so on and so forth po. So the next system we're going to discuss is this 4-inch thing here. Sir, for you, what do you think this system is po?
Digestive system.
Ito po, ito pong 4-inch po. Ito po.
Alin dyan? Ito yung
po.
digestive. Yung
Ito,
nasa
ito po to.
left side.
Opo.
Clue.
4-inch, nasa lalaki.
Reproductive
Opo.
system
Tama
for
po.
male.
This is the male reproductive system.
Bakit 4-inch?
This is 1 inch po. So,
Tapos?
sinukat po namin. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, it's 4 inch na parang di natin alam paano po mag-grow. Pero, Next, we all know we have two reproductive systems, the males and the female. And I know, sir, since you're old enough, alam mo na paano yung gumawa ng another human being. This thing here goes here and...
Ba't nyo pinagsama? Wait, ito for the male and this is the fallopian tube, tama?
Hindi po, sa lalaki po.
Sa lalaki lang
This
to.
is ano po, the testes.
Testes. Ito lang ka-partner.
Kasi,
Nasa left.
para ano po, para siksik po siya and para maliit lang po yung ano.
Okay, alright.
Next part is the digestive system po, which is mainly composed of the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine po. So, we're going to discuss paano yung process ng food. Say for example, you kumain ka ng canned degusser. So, it goes through the mouth. You eat it and goes through the esophagus, going to the stomach. And the stomach, sir, ito po yung candy. Tapos may muscle dito. Magre-retract po yung muscle, tapos mapupush po yung food going to the small intestine. And the small intestine's job is to kukunin na yung vitamins, yung mga minerals na nasa candies. Tapos, ito na yung candy po, tapos yung mga vitamins wala na. Ipupush ulit siya, sir, papunta sa large intestine. And the function of the large intestine is to make that waste into a stool, or what we also known as the yellow submarine. Going through the...
So in short, saan nag-i-start ang digestive?
Digestive system starts with the mouth. So,
Hindi siya sa hand. Pag kinamay mo,
technically, pwede, pero sa mouth po
Sa
talaga.
mouth
Kasi
talaga.
pag marami po yung function ng hand, and pag nasa hand, parang pag di mo nilagay sa mouth, di po
hindi siya
mag-start.
mag-digest.
Tapos, pagkatapos ng large intestine, it goes through the anus from to the toilet pa. So next, if we remove this interword here, we'll have another organ system, also known as the circulatory system. Mainly composed of the heart, the veins, and the arteries. Ito po yung 3D model ng ano po.
Oh, saan gumawa nito?
Kami po. Tapos ito.
Sige.
Ito pong blue part is the oxygen. It represents oxygen. Ang ginamit po namin dito is yung tube. Tapos yung laman po niyan is food coloring po. Tapos ito yung bloods.
Galing. So, pag pinump ko siya dito,
Ito
nagpapump
po
yung blood.
Pag nag-receive ng oxygen si heart, nag-release din po siya ng blood. So parang cycle ng blood and oxygen po.
Alright.
Next is we have the integumentary system po. Mainly composed of nails, skin, and hair. What we have here is a 3D model of
Nakatakot
integumentary,
naman yan,
which
ano?
is the skin po.
Balahibo?
Which we have the hypodermis, the epidermis, and the dermis and the epidermis. So the function of the hypodermis, it stores energy po, and the dermis secretes sweat, what we para yung singot po. Tapos yung epidermis is the outer layer of the skin. Ito po. It produces, ang function po nito is moisture ng skin. So paano pag walang moisture yung skin or kulang? So magde-dry siya, flakes, and so on and so forth po.
Mendoza, may mga tao na tinatanggal nila yung kanilang balahibo. So, ano masasabi niyo doon pag tinanggal mo yung balahibo mo, which is part pala siya ng ating
The integumentary system.
integumentary
Fun fact po is, tayo mga tao, hindi lang animals, parang nagre-release din po tayo ng mga dead skins, mga unwanted para magkaroon ng mas moist na skin po and mas fresh and healthy po. So, pag dead na yung skin, much better na tanggalin. Pero pag hindi, wag po kasi magsusugat po yung which is the main function of the skin to protect our bodies from injuries po.
Okay. So, for example, nag-ahit-ahit ako dyan. Okay lang?
Hindi po kasi. Ay ng hair po or
Yung hair.
Hair?
Di ba protection din tong hair?
Hair's function is para sa mga dirts po. Natatrap po yung dirt and makakollect ng hair.
So, kapag nag-ahit ka dyan, may possibility na yung mga dirt papasok sa ating
skin. Pag may injury po tayo, we are prone to infection po. And the last system we're going to discuss is this Mr. Skeleton we have here.
Sino to?
The skeletal system of me in the future. We have the cranium. The function is to protect the brain po. Give protection po sa brain para hindi po siya directly magkano ng injuries. The rib cage, as the name suggests, it encages the heart for protection also. We have the pelvic. It gives balance to our bodies po. Para pag tayo po natin, di po tayo wobbly. And ito po is, makikita nyo dito is yung radius. Ito po kasi na to. It's for flexing our hands. Tapos meron po siyang katabi which is the ulna. Responsible po siya sa hands pag nag-up and down.
So, the longest bone is called the
Final. Best of it.
ano yung longest bone natin? I think it's the femur. Femur.
For standing up. Yun lang po, sir.
Yun lang?
And,
Sila, display?
Yes, model po.
Mga model.
Model
Ayan.
po ng human body po.
So, I hope you learned something po sa aming exhibit. And before you
Dami.
go po, do the
1,
shing,
2, 3, shing! Shing! Next from Thank You 105, let's proceed now to STEM 103. Third to the last. Go, STEM 103.
Good morning, sir. Ang gawa po namin is generating electricity from rainwater and mountain water. Ito po yung top view ng gawa namin, while ito naman po yung mga drawing ng mga model namin. Ang mga ginamit po namin ito po, yung rainwater, yung tubig po doon na mapupunta sa mountain. Yung power bank, ang aming generator. Ang bulb, ang ilaw ng aming lighthouse at house. And non-metallic sheeted cable is yung mga wire namin, mountain water and river. Diyan po napupunta yung rainwater na para pong may stock po siya dyan. Tapos napupunta po sa hydro wheel. And yung hydro wheel po is nakakonektado po siya sa DC motor.
Ayan, so check natin. This is the diorama.
Yes.
Diorama kung application niya para mas mabilis natin maintindihan. Tama? Tama ba, Demi?
Yes.
Alright, sige. Pag-explain sa amin.
Good morning po. So, ito po yung mountain namin. Ang dapat po dito is lalagyan ng tubig or hose. Hose po siya dapat.
Saan to made?
Sa styrofoam po. So, gawa po ito lahat sa recyclable materials. Ito po ay mga tira-tirang styrofoam na galing sa daan or mga biniling TV or appliances before na mga kaklase namin. And ito pong grass na to ay galing din po sa classmates namin. Ito po yung ginagamit nila para sa pusa po yata nila. Pusa nasa ganito. So, ang mangyayari po dito, yung water po na ilalagay namin dito sa butas, ayun po yung magsisilbing rainwater. So, kapag naipon po siya dito and umapaw, ang kakalabasan po nun ay magiging river or mountain water. So, wala po kami pakitang tubig eh. So, pag umikot po ito pong DC motor na to, siya po yung magko-convert ng energy to electricity na ita-transfer niya po dito sa aming generator which is yung power bank. Napapailawin niya po yung lahat ng ilaw.
Hindi siya kaya pailawin? Ayun, pwede. So pag may water sana, pupunta siya dito, then from here, ano naman to?
Lighthouse.
Ano naman use nito?
Para lang rin po malagyan ng ilaw.
Kung siya mag-generate at gagamitin na siya ng mga human, mga tao.
Tsaka pwede rin po gamitin to para sa Pasko kasi dahil po ngayon, madami pong Christmas lights, right? So, pwede na rin po yun para makatipid.
Okay. Thank you. Ayan, thank you. Wala na kayong additional information?
Wala.
Okay, thank you, STEM 103. Let's now proceed to STEM 104. Ano naman to STEM 104? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Can you tell us the mitosis?
Sir, okay, so good morning, sir. Sir, the oxyribonucleic acid, or DNA for short, is defined by every STEM student as the molecule which contains genetic information. As you can see from our model, the DNA is a double-stranded structure that contains many proteins. Now, how can a simple molecule look so complex? Well, let's start by asking a simple question. Sir, do you believe in magic?
Magic. No.
No? Well, sir, I do. But I also study science. It's a very contradicting matter. So how does this connect? Well, according to Arthur C. Clarke, magic is a science that we don't understand yet. We define magic as an incredible phenomenon that seems unexplainable or majestic and even call it impossible. But I believe that magic is the work of science. Who knew that we can identify one's eye color, hair, and even personality just from a drop of blood or a sample of tissue, or even alter genetic information itself? Well, that's all because of DNA, or as we describe it today, the magic of science, specifically in genetics.
Genetics. So, ano to mga white, gray, red, yellow?
Okay, before I talk about the components of the model, I want to first explain why we need to study about DNA. And I think it's because most of the biological processes in our body and in all organisms are governed by DNA. And so each part of the model is a monomer. So if you remember in your biology class, each monomer is a component of a polymer. So the DNA is the polymer and the nucleotides are the monomer. So this yellow that you asked is a phosphate group. It is bonded with four oxygen atoms, and those four oxygen atoms are what makes the phosphate group acidic because it has a negatively charged ion which provides hydrogen to a neutral solution. So this part of the monomer is deoxyribose, and you can see here that it's missing a hydroxyl group, which is why it's called deoxyribose. If it did have a hydroxyl group, it's called a ribose. So that's what makes it, it's actually a monosaccharide, it's a sugar, it's a carbohydrate. And it's, when you write the chemical formula, it's a pentagon, which is why it's also called a pentose, because it's a 5-carbon sugar. And these are the nitrogenous bases, and we have 4 bases that we are going to talk about. It's adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And it's all bonded together with hydrogen, which is why we use kind of long toothpicks to emphasize that it's bonded with hydrogen.
Ayan, nag-solve na lang tayo ng math. Wala.
So there are 2 classifications of nitrogenous bases, and it's the pyrimidines and the purines. And it's classified with the number of shells that they have. So if they have 1 shell, it's a pyrimidine, and the members of the pyrimidine class is the thymine and the cytosine. And the members of purines are the adenine and the guanine, which means that they have 2 shells, and yeah, that's all.
Sir, now yung tanong niyo po, bakit may mitosis dyan kung DNA? Kasi sir, mitosis is the phase po siya ng cell division, and the cell, as we know, contains the DNA or genetic information itself. So yung mitosis po, siya si first part. After po ni mitosis, which is the replication stage, meron po tayong meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So si mitosis 1 po, first po niya is prophase, yung where the sister chromatids, this one po, it becomes visible na. Sa metaphase po, they align at the center with the spindle fibers. Ayun pala. Sa anaphase po, they move apart po, and they move together na po. Nagsiseparate po siya, nakita niyo po. Blue, purple, dalawang pairs po.
Naging hiwalay na si
Naghiwalay
X,
na po
naging
siya.
dalawang V na siya.
Yes po. At sa telophase po, dyan na po nag-aano yung replication.
Nadodoble na siya.
Nadodoble na po, kaya dalawa na po siya. That's why mitosis is called the replication stage. Tapos after po niyan, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, which is di na po namin nagawa due to lack of time.
Alright. Okay, ngayon ko lang siya na-gets. Papagalitan ako ng biology teacher ko. Alright, any additional information? 104?
None na, sir.
None. So let's now proceed to STEM 303, the jungle, the mighty jungle of STEM 303.
Hi, Kasi. So this is time after time a look into evolution. So through play models, we wanted to show the evolution of certain animals. So how their bodies changed and adapted through time for survival. So here we have a fishapod. So fun fact po, yung fishapod is actually the ancestor of terrestrial vertebrates. So yan yung considered as the first ancestor of terrestrial vertebrates. That includes humans and mga zebras po, ganun. So, malayo po na, pero dahil it wanted to explore sa land, andito tayo ngayon. So, nag-evolve siya into a salamander po. So, evolve yung legs niya and yung ribs niya para maka-breed siya sa land. Tapos eventually, dahil doon, naging frog na po. Naging frog. So, its legs are now strong for swimming and jumping so it can live both on land and water. So, next
So
we
lahat
have-
yan reptiles.
No po. We have mammals and amphibians po. Yes. Pero yung next po namin is Komodo dragon.
This is the Tyrannosaurus, the herbivore, herbivore, and it's living in the land. So dati ito yung ancestor ng mga crocodile. And then it's evolved to Tyrannosaurus. So nagkaroon siya ng fin sa likod, and then nag-evolve ulit siya kaya ngayon ay naging alligator na siya. And next
We have dinosaurs po. So this is a Tyrannosaurus rex or
T-Rex gusto niya.
So this is a Tyrannosaurus rex, one of the most vicious carnivorous who ever roamed the earth was the Tyrannosaurus rex. This well-known animal ruled the forested river valleys of western North America during the late Cretaceous period, 68 million years ago. With a gigantic body, king fangs, and jaws strong enough to smash car. Despite T-Rex is a well-known dinosaur, our understanding of it is constantly changing.
That's all, Romel? Okay, thank you, STEM 303 yan. So, thank you everyone from STEM 101, 105 to 105, then 301 to 303. Thank you, and gawin naman kayo sa camera.
Comment po kayo, plus one daw kami ni sir.
Yeah, sana may natutunan kayo, and that ends our Science Month, and today is November 29 holiday tomorrow. Thank you everyone.